In the heart of the Arabian desert, a place where survival seems impossible, a hidden kingdom carved its cities straight into the rose-red cliffs. They mastered the trade of the ancient world, amassing incredible wealth. And then, they simply vanished, swallowed by the sands of time. This is the profound mystery of the Nabataeans, the lost masters of the desert. Long before the great empires of Arabia rose to prominence, the Nabataeans built an oasis of power in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. Their capital, the legendary city of Petra, was unlike anything else in the ancient world. It wasn't built, it was sculpted, hewn entirely from living stone and concealed within a labyrinth of narrow canyons. But Petra was more than just a beautiful spectacle. It was a marvel of engineering. The Nabataeans constructed ingenious aqueducts and vast cisterns that captured every precious drop of rain, transforming barren valleys into lush, thriving gardens. From this stronghold, they commanded the vital trade routes for incense, exotic spices, and luxurious silks, creating a commercial bridge that connected Arabia, Egypt, and the mighty Roman Empire. Imagine caravans, hundreds of camels long, laden with treasures, all paying tribute to the clever rulers of this desert kingdom. But who were these enigmatic people? The Nabataeans left behind breathtaking temples, intricate tombs, and thousands of inscriptions, yet surprisingly few clues about their daily lives, their beliefs, or their history. We know they spoke an early form of Arabic, but wrote in the Aramaic script, a common language of trade at the time. They worshipped a pantheon of gods that blended local traditions with influences from across the region, with deities like Dushara, their chief god, and the goddess Al-Uzza. To the outside world, they were almost invisible, skilled traders who prioritized peace and profit over the glory of war. But behind this quiet facade, they were accumulating wealth on a scale that could rival kings, turning their remote desert outpost into a global economic powerhouse. Then, the Romans arrived. In the year 106 AD, the ambitious Emperor Trajan annexed the kingdom of Nabatea, absorbing it into the Roman province of Arabia Petraea. But what's truly strange is that history records no epic battle, no heroic last stand, no dramatic siege of Petra. It's almost as if the Nabataeans, after centuries of fierce independence, simply relinquished their kingdom. Why? The mystery deepens. In the centuries that followed, sea trade routes became more popular, bypassing the desert caravans. Their unique language faded, their culture dissolved, and slowly, the magnificent city of Petra was abandoned and forgotten by the outside world. By the Middle Ages, the few travelers who stumbled upon its ruins believed it couldn't have been built by mortals. They whispered that it was the work of jinn or ancient giants. Today, the Nabataeans remain one of history's most captivating puzzles. How did a nomadic desert tribe rise to such astonishing power and create such a wonder, only to vanish so completely from the pages of history? Their story isn't written on fragile scrolls or grand victory monuments. It is etched into the living rock of the mountains themselves. And if you ever visit Petra and listen closely, as the wind whispers through the narrow canyons of the Sikh, you might just hear the echoes of a people who mastered the impossible and turned the unforgiving desert into a timeless kingdom. Long before Athens, long before Sparta, there was an island kingdom ruled by the sea. Its palaces gleamed with color, its ships ruled the waves, and its art captured the beauty of life itself. Yet one day, it vanished, swallowed by time and legend. This is the story of the Minoans, the lost civilization of Crete. The Minoans flourished around 2000 BC on the island of Crete, right in the heart of the Mediterranean. Their capital, Knossos, wasn't a fortress, but a masterpiece of design. Imagine labyrinthine halls, innovative flowing water systems, and vibrant, colorful frescoes covering every wall. While other ancient cultures obsessed over war and conquest, the Minoans celebrated art, trade, and the sea. They were exceptional sailors, shrewd merchants, and dreamers who connected the great powers of Egypt, Greece, and the Near East long before the Age of Empires. Their influence was felt across the ancient world, carried on the tides. But who ruled this island paradise? Greek myth tells us of the powerful King Minos and the terrifying monster he imprisoned, the Minotaur, trapped within a labyrinth built beneath his palace. Could this famous legend have been born from the real Minoan architecture? Their palaces were vast, with corridors that seemed to twist and turn endlessly. To outsiders, it must have felt like a maze. Perhaps the myth was a distorted memory, passed down through generations, a story attempting to capture the essence of a once great people whose culture felt otherworldly and almost magical to those who followed them. The line between myth and history blurs here, in the ruins of Knossos. Their art tells us so much about who they were. The frescoes that survived show us a society full of life. We see women dressed in elaborate, fashionable robes, their confidence radiating from the walls. We see incredible athletes, bull leapers, flying through the air in a death-defying ritual dance. And we see nature celebrated everywhere, with dolphins painted in vivid blue, as if the ocean itself flowed through their homes. They primarily worshipped a mother goddess, and symbols of life and renewal are found throughout their temples. It was a world balanced delicately between elegance and danger, between profound beauty and powerful ritual, a place of power and enduring mystery. Then, around 1450 BC, the sea that had given them life turned against them. A massive volcanic eruption from the nearby island of Thera, what we now call Santorini, sent cataclysmic shockwaves across the entire region. The aftermath was devastating. Enormous tsunamis, violent earthquakes, and choking ash clouds would have descended upon Crete, crippling their society. Soon after this catastrophic event, their grand palaces burned. The Minoan civilization, as it was, disappeared, leaving only myths, legends, and haunting ruins behind. Some say the story of the Minoans inspired Plato's Legend of Atlantis, a great island civilization that vanished beneath the sea. Whatever the truth may be, the Minoans serve as a powerful reminder that even the most radiant and advanced cultures can fade into shadow, lost to time. But their echoes still whisper on the winds across the Aegean, calling us to remember the forgotten kings of the sea. Long before the Aztecs erected their magnificent temples, and even before the Maya charted the vast expanse of the stars, there lived another people. They were enigmatic, immensely powerful, and have been almost entirely erased by time. These people carved colossal heads from solid stone. They worshipped formidable jaguar gods. And then, as if into thin air, they vanished. This is the enduring mystery of the Olmec, the very first great civilization of the Americas. Over 3 millennia ago, nestled along the steamy Gulf Coast of Mexico, the Olmec civilization emerged from the dense, vibrant jungles. They founded cities like San Lorenzo and La Venta, complete with towering pyramids, expansive public plazas, and monumental structures that predate the earliest Mayan constructions by a full 1,000 years. And right at the heart of their society stood something truly astonishing: giant stone heads. Some of these monolithic sculptures weigh more than 40 tons, carved from volcanic basalt, and painstakingly transported over many miles without the aid of wheels or even beasts of burden. How they accomplished this feat remains a puzzle. But who were these people? The Olmec left behind no written history that we can decipher, no scrolls, no codices to tell their story. Yet, through their intricate and powerful art, we can catch glimpses into their world. We see depictions of rulers adorned in jaguar masks, representing their authority and connection to the divine. We see serpents and eagles, powerful symbols of celestial and earthly power, and we find tantalizing hints of a complex, deeply spiritual belief system. It's possible they were the very first people in the Americas to develop a form of writing, to create sophisticated calendars, and even to invent the concept of a sacred ballgame, traditions that were later inherited and adapted by the Maya and the Aztecs. Then, around 400 BC, an eerie silence fell upon their cities. The relentless jungle began its slow process of reclaiming the temples, and the colossal heads were gradually buried beneath thick layers of soil, hidden from the world. What happened to them? Was it a devastating drought? Widespread famine? Did their society collapse from within due to internal conflict? Or were they conquered by a rival power, their knowledge and people absorbed into the fabric of later empires? To this day, Archaeologists continue to debate their ultimate fate, searching for clues among the ancient ruins. The Olmec were the foundational blueprint for all the great Mesoamerican civilizations that followed. Their influence on art, religion, and architecture echoes profoundly through every ancient culture that later rose in the region. But their true story, who they really were, the full scope of what they believed, and the precise reason they disappeared, remains one of history's most captivating secrets, hidden beneath centuries of earth and shrouded in mystery. So the next time you hear the grand tales of the Maya or the Aztecs, take a moment to remember the ones who came first. Remember the forgotten founders of this new world, the enigmatic and pioneering Olmec. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you found this story as fascinating as we do, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the forgotten corners of history. We'll see you in the next one.